Once upon a time, in a little village nestled between lush green hills, there lived a boy named Jimmy. Jimmy had a peculiar habit. He loved to tell tall tales. From the time the sun kissed the morning sky until the stars twinkled at night, Jimmy's stories never seemed to end. The funny thing was, most people in the village couldn't tell if they were true or not. One bright afternoon, Jimmy came running down the cobblestone streets, panting and waving his arms. "A lion! A lion!" he screamed at the top of his lungs. The villagers stopped in their tracks, their eyes wide with fear. But just as they prepared to flee or grab anything for safety, Jimmy burst into laughter, staggering with the giggles. "Oh, you should see your faces. There's no lion, just a fluffy cat near the fence." The villagers shook their heads, some chuckling at his antics. But there was a lingering frustration in the air, a little tickle of distrust. You see, this wasn't the first time Jimmy had spun a tale that turned out to be a fib. He once told everyone the old oak tree in the center of town could dance, only to reveal a cloth puppet he hung from its branches, swaying in the breeze. One day, Jimmy decided to explore the dense woods just beyond the village outskirts. As he clambered over roots and ducked under branches, he heard a peculiar noise, a rustling that didn't quite echo like the gentle wind. His curiosity piqued. He followed the sound until he stumbled upon an enormous, real lion sleeping in the midday sun. Jimmy's heart pounded, and his legs ran faster than ever back to the village. "A lion! A real lion!" he shouted, but his voice cracked with urgency. The villagers, busy with their daily tasks, smiled and nodded kindly but did not move an inch. "Good show, Jimmy," the old baker chuckled, waving him off. Desperate, Jimmy grabbed the bell from the town's meeting hall and rang it with all his might. This time, the villagers gathered, more out of curiosity than belief. "I swear, this time it's true. A lion is in the woods. I saw it with my own eyes." His voice quivered with what they thought was pretend fear. But then, a mighty roar echoed across the hills, so thunderous that even the bravest of villagers had to listen. They all turned to Jimmy, realizing his truth this time. Together, they devised a plan to lead the lion back to the forest where it belonged. From that day on, Jimmy learned that honesty was more important than amusement. Slowly, he won back the trust of the villagers by using his words for good, sharing tales that were woven with truth and sprinkled with lessons. And as the village's storyteller, his words carried weight, teaching values of trust and kindness. Stories founded in reality with just a dash of wonder.